Mojang just announced the first addition to the next drop. You know, not the one coming out in a few days with the leaves and the pigs and stuff, but the next one. These drop things are getting confusing. Anyway, Happy Ghasts. These things are so cool and unexpected, and I think they're gonna be so good for building especially. Let's get into it. So Happy Ghasts start from little dried ghasts that you can find in the nether.
The nether.
So if you go to a soul sand valley and find those fossil things, there's a chance that a dried ghast will be sat next to it, and he looks quite sad. But if you pick him up and bring him back to the overworld and soak them in water, over a course of a few days, it looks like, he will begin to be happier again and turn into a Ghastling, which is like a smaller, happier version of the normal ghast that we know from the nether. Now, I think from what they've said, they can just stay in that phase. I don't think they grow up naturally. I don't think. I could be wrong. But if you feed them snowballs, of all things, which is the opposite of what they usually associate with, like fireballs and stuff in the nether. But if you feed them snowballs, then they will grow up and become a full-sized Happy Ghast. Now, these things are so cool. It almost seems weird seeing them in the overworld, but their little happy face, it's so cool. Now, in addition to the new mob, you can craft these new mounts, which you can then put on the Happy Ghasts. Now, these are so cool. The designs they've done for them with the little goggles, and they just look so nice. Now, if you put these on the Happy Ghast, you can ride them and fly them. And another plus to these is you can have 4 people on one Happy Ghast. Just imagine like all your friends sitting on a Happy Ghast and just flying around your world. Now, as I said earlier, these are going to be amazing for building because you can get off of them, but you'll stay standing on top of the Happy Ghast. So it's basically a block floating mid-air that you can stand on while you build something high up or just something that's floating in the air in general. It's essentially movable scaffolding, but better because you can fly it and move it wherever you want. You can also place blocks and things while you're still sat down on it, but I assume it would be easier to stand up because then you can walk around on top of it. But as soon as you jump off of the Happy Ghast, then it will start to fly away. So you just got to make sure that you stay standing on it. I actually can't wait to test how this will be used in building when we're building big things, because before, if we wanted to build something underneath where we currently were, we'd have to use things like water to drop it over the edge and then hang down on it and hopefully not fall off. And then if there's stuff underneath, you've got to worry about the water washing things away. And it was just generally awkward. But now we can just use a Happy Ghast, fly underneath, and it's so much easier. I can just imagine the wars on servers with friends that, they're going to be so chaotic. Like, imagine you've started a war on an SMP or something, and then you just see... You just see this like this group of Happy Ghasts just flying over like a mountain or a hill or something coming for you. That'd be so terrifying but so funny at the same time. They're kind of like the blimps in a sort. Like, they're going to be so good for multiplayer worlds. And also the builds that players are going to be able to do for these. Like, just thinking myself, imagine if you built like a ghast hanger where you keep all your Happy Ghasts ready to be flying. Where's flying come from? Flown. Yes. Right. It's where you keep your ghasts when you're not using them. And like, imagine they could be used as hot air balloons or something. Like, you could tie them up to a post from like a lead or something in the air and they could look like hot air balloons. I mean, not necessarily exactly like hot air balloons, but they could get the idea across and they just look cool in the sky. I mean, the sky is very empty at the minute. And imagine just these in there. In there? My words aren't really wording. Just imagine a load of Happy Ghasts in the sky. It would just look so cool. Now, there are some doubts with this, like how will they be controlled? Because is it just going to be a hold forward and they go wherever you're looking? Or is it going to be like you hold space to go up and I don't know what to go down because shift is dismount. So it's probably just hold W and it will go wherever you're looking, I imagine. Or is it going to be like when you ride a pig with a carrot on a stick? And I mean, that is basically just going where you look, isn't it? Anyway, but yeah, we haven't got a rideable flying mob before, so it'll be interesting to see how they implement it. And also, will they be breedable? Now, I'm kind of comparing this to the sniffers. You have to go and find them initially, but then once you have 2, you can essentially make an infinite amount. So is it going to be like that with the Happy Ghasts? Are you going to need to find 2 in the nether?
The nether.
Bring them back, and then, you know, you can breed them from there with snowballs or whatever. Or if you want another one, you're gonna have to go and find another one. So I mean, I think that would be better, honestly. I don't think everything should be breedable, and it would make them more special in a way, because then you'd actually have to go and find one and then raise it and soak it and grow it up, and I think that would just be better in the long run and make it more of a achievement or something like that. Now, with this new edition of the Happy Ghasts, it also reveals some Ghast lore. So if you think about it, the Happy Ghasts, they are happy in the overworld and angry and crying in the nether.
The nether.
So does that mean that Ghasts were originally from the overworld, but they were like taken by the piglins or something and enslaved in the nether? Because they're crying in the nether, and they drop tears when killed, and they make crying sounds. So it's quite sad. And then, like, it's too hot for them in the nether. That's why they dry out, because they like cold, hence the snowballs and just being happier in the overworld where it's not as hot as the nether. And the bones in the Soul Sand Valley could be dead Ghasts that dried out, and the fact that the dried Ghasts are around those bones is so sad. But anyway, these Happy Ghasts and the Ghastlings are such a good addition in my opinion. I don't know where the idea came from with Mojang, but they cooked. And this is only the start of the next update, or drop I should say. They are gonna still announce more things in the upcoming weeks and months. So if this is the start, this is going to be a great drop. Let me know what you think about the Happy Ghasts and the Ghastlings and all these new additions in the comments. I would love to read them. That's all for this one, but I think you might like this video. And until then, I'll see you in the next one.